Today, for my BioBits project, I will be talking about the importance of sharks and their risk of extinction around the world and what impacts it would have on civilization. The topics I will be covering today are the importance of sharks, how many species actually face extinction, and what would happen if sharks went extinct. Also, how you can help. This slide will be about why sharks are important and what they do. Sharks overall play an important role in the ocean's ecosystems we have around the world. They help maintain delicate ecosystems by serving as predators that can control the population of the organisms within the ocean. They feed on anything from other sharks and seals to krill, mollusks, and a lot of different types of fish. Some specific examples of sharks balancing the ecosystem are shown within tiger sharks, who help maintain the population of green sea turtles who graze on seagrass beds. They not only serve as apex predators but also serve as important participants within the general dynamics of a food chain. They do not only control the populations of rather large organisms, but also support in maintaining the population of smaller organisms such as crustaceans. In a study conducted by Dr. Procuro, who is a member of the Earth into Ocean Research Group, and peer-reviewed as well as supported by other researchers within his field, he found that there is a 71% decrease in the global abundance of sharks in our ocean's ecosystems. The number of sharks in total, which is over 100 million, does not seem as though it is such an issue, but when you take into the account the risk of extinction that Dr. Picuro and others had found, it is frightening. They had found that the depletion increased in the global extinction risk of sharks to a point three-quarters of the species in relation to the studies face high risks of extinction. The number of sharks included within the research is 28 different species, meaning that 21 of those species are facing risks of extinction. To give this a comparison to humans, we will use different countries in comparison to sharks. This is due to many different countries that have different resources that contribute to keeping the world's economy working. According to the International Union of Nature Conservation, they say that over one-third of the world's shark species are facing extinction. In comparison to countries, we would go from 193 different countries to 128. Think of how much that impacts the world's economies. Just like the many different countries we have different sharks who play important roles within the ocean's ecosystems. And if a third of the sharks go extinct, we would have unforeseen issues we cannot fix within our oceans. Sharks, being a keystone species in our oceans or ecosystems that balance population, are detrimental to the health of our ecosystems. If sharks were to go extinct, our ocean's food web would literally be non existent, and we would see the death of many other species, as well as changes within the function of the ocean's inland ecosystems. According to marine and environmental researcher April Boyle, who specializes in sharks, the extinctions of sharks would not only affect the ocean's ecosystems, but also the life on land, including us humans. The extinction of sharks would create unpredictable consequences in coastal fishing and the global economy. The loss of sharks would drastically affect how 3 billion people receive their food source, and it would also change an industry that generates $362 billion a year. Also affect the tens of millions of people who rely on fishing as a job within the world. In short, the extinction of sharks would affect 10 to 12% of the world's population in unforeseen ways. You may ask what ways you can help. There are many ways in which you can help. You can help by spreading the word to others about sharks and their importance, while also giving them information on the threats of their extinction. This would help create a knowledge that people around the world could connect to and unite in creating better legislation worldwide to fight against a common issue threatening the earth and its inhabitants' lives. You can also avoid shark-related products that benefit off product of sharks, such as their meat and other parts of them. Also, using sustainably sourced products within your food consumption would greatly benefit the ecosystem sharks live within. Even recycling and environmentally friendly actions is another great way to support our shark species' health. The plastic we use sometimes ends up straight in the ocean where sharks live. The species of sharks is not just about them, they are an important part to our lives and basically every species alive.